I said our journey is over in the Africa Cup of Nations. Nigeria finished third. Normally third is gradually becoming our normal thing. Bronze medal, bronze medal, bronze medal, bronze medal. But it's good that we were able to beat Egypt. Because to me, I also said it that if we qualify to that final, I would rather meet Egypt than Senegal. Because I know that Nigeria has higher chances of beating Egypt. So what do you have to say about our journey so far? At least we came out with bronze. So what do you have to say about our journey so far? How impressed were you today? Yeah, Basi did not play. There were changes in the squad. Iwobi started from the bench. Lukman also started too from the bench. So the coach decided to try new players. But me, I also, remember our last time, in our last discussion, I told you that it was a match that we needed to take serious because we were going for something. But you suggested that the coach should rotate the squad. They are not interested. But I felt that bronze medal was also very important. So something we're supposed to go for. So what do you have to say about the game? How impressed were you today?
Yeah, I was actually impressed because if you can remember, I mentioned that since after our first game, let's say after the second game, so if you look at how we're playing the Super Eagles, we were improving game after game, game after game, game after game. And then let me just maybe say one or two things about the semi-finals. There are so many things on the net, X and other social media platforms that the Super Eagles they change their tactics and probably that's why we did not qualify for the finals or something. But I felt like that was the best tactics the coach could use for a team like Morocco because number one, you say?
No, you said the best tactics. What kind of the sitting deep and hitting on counter?
Yeah. Because if you look at it, like like we've always said in our previous, not just Super Eagles match, any football match, the kind of opponent determines which kind of game you play.
Style of play.
So Morocco is a is a high paced team. They are so fast to the ball. They have fast wingers. Like everybody in that team is just super fast. So and the Super Eagles, if you notice our method of play, we are that kind of slow, team that builds from the back, trying to coordinate in the midfield and then push forward and get a goal or something. So, but if you say that we're going to match them two to two, pace to pace, I'm telling you, those guys would outrun us and they'll beat us easily. So I think that was like that tactics that we had was the best. But however, what I was critical upon in that semi-finals match was that I felt that we didn't really prepare well for the penalty shootout. And I also mentioned that there were some players that needed to come in the extra time to like kind of have a warm up before the penalties or something. Like Chukwueze, for example. If Chukwueze had played like 15 minutes, I believe he wouldn't have even played that penalty. Look at the players that played the penalty today. Like each one of them, even the guy that missed, what's his name? Is it Dele Bashiru that missed or something? Is
Funny
it
enough,
Dele
I
Bashiru?
didn't watch. I didn't watch the penalty shootout. Funny enough, I'm not lying to you. I didn't
Okay.
watch the penalty
I
shootout.
watched like because I was even expecting extra time and then I just saw penalties that they are going to penalty straight. I was like, okay, no problem. I think they are trying to save, these players so that they will not get tired going back to their
Yeah,
clubs or something.
yeah.
Yeah, so and I think it's a good one from CAF actually because third place, if you look at other tournaments, they don't even play a third place. So it's only in CAF I think that they play third place. So
I think
it's a
World Cup to you play top play.
no apart from no, I'm talking about the nations tournament, not
Yeah,
not
Euros too, nothing like third place.
yeah. So it's only I think it's only CAF. I don't know any other continent that plays the third place. So when I saw that penalties next, they wrote it under that penalties next. I was surprised because I thought it was going to extra time. And then when I saw Dele Bashiru, when he missed, I was still like calm because. And then when I saw the people, the caliber of people that were playing the penalty, Dele Bashiru, Ako Adams, Ademola Lukman, Iwobi, I was like, why didn't these guys play the penalties in the semi-finals?
Exactly.
Like
Exactly.
penalty, penalty is a 50,
The best leg
penalty is a
to play your
50-50.
penalty. Yeah.
Penalty is a 50-50 thing. Everybody knows that. But like you bring your best calm player. Somebody like let me give you an example with Iwobi. When Iwobi came to play that penalty, He was so calm. The keeper was teasing him because any Nigerian any Super Eagles player that comes forward to play the penalty, the Moroccan keeper will like start pointing out to him, start talking trash. What Emiliano Martinez normally does.
Yeah.
Trying to rile up the player or something. Iwobi was just laughing when he came in. He was talking to Iwobi. He even mentioned his name like Iwobi. He was talking. Iwobi just laughed. And when he played his penalty and scored, he just turned, looked at the keeper, and he just gave one kind of smile like that, one wicked smile. So like I was like, okay, Eric Chell, why didn't you use this same? Even though I understand that some of these players were substituted in the semi-finals, but you could have used better play. In fact, left to himself, he would have kept Osimhen to even finish up that game, even if he's limping.
Exactly what
Then
I
you play
said.
the penalty. Then
Osimhen
you
would
play
have
the
should have
penalty
ended that game against Morocco. He's one of
so
our
that
best
you play the
penalty.
penalty
Played penalty.
so that at least
I
you
was telling
start.
I was telling somebody, and I said somebody like Cristiano Ronaldo, even with injury, he will insist. I will remain on this
Of
position.
course, I don't know if you can remember, there was this Champions League final we played with Atletico Madrid. Not the one that Ramos scored the injury time goal. There was another one that
Okay. I
we
think
went to penalty.
2016. Ronaldo played that
Yes,
final.
that we went to
He
penalty.
played it injured.
Ronaldo was injured, but he played the entire 120 minutes plus
Played that final
penalties.
injured. I remember. I even played his penalty. He scored the winning penalty.
Yeah, so he scored this penalty. So like you just need to have some players, you just need their presence on the pitch. And then not even talking about the penalties, the entire game, like you mentioned, I actually saw what he did with those, substitutions, those changes that he made from the semi-finals lineup. If you look at Igor, that number five, that guy really did well. I never even expected him to like play like that. I don't know which club is he playing for, sef. I don't know that Igor. Like the guy is just so good. Onyedika did not disappoint actually. Like I'm a fan of Onyedika. I just like the way the guy plays. So even if indeed he retires today from the Super Eagles, I don't think we're having any problem having a replacement because Onyedika is just so good. And then I think another change was Ako Adams. We saw Moses Simon coming in and then Osimhen on the bench, and Ako Adams was like the top nine. And he really did well to an extent. But toward the end of the game, I was pissed off because he was missing so many chances. There were so many times that
That,
Lukman wanted to do one on one.
who is that? Who is that? Who are
Yeah,
you talking about? Who are you talking about?
Ako Adams. There,
Okay.
there was so many times where Lukman wanted to do 1-2 pass with him, and stuff like that. The guy would just try to hold on to the ball, and sometimes I just get pissed off because I see him as a physical, somebody that is physical, somebody that is strong and huge, and then any small thing you see him going down and all that. But and then also like a huge shout out, let me say, a huge shout out to Stanley Wabali. Like the guy
Yeah.
has been
50
phenomenal for us.
penalties.
Yeah, the guy has been phenomenal for us, not just in the penalties, even during play. There were times where you see those guys who just come in, defenders who fall short, and you come out and clear his line and all that. So, like, I think, and a big shout out to the coach because, like, before Eric Chell came to the Super Eagles, I myself had doubts on Eric Chell because I think he was coaching Mali or something like that
Amalia.
before. Was yeah.
Yeah,
So I had my doubts.
I was having that, so I was like, okay, why not go for
Yeah, I had my doubts.
Aliou Cisse of Senegal?
Yeah.
I won the Afcon instead of going for Eric Chell. I got
Or
knocked.
that guy that Saudi Arabia coach that won Afcon with Zambia and Cote d'Ivoire.
Yeah, have
That
Renard, yeah,
guy.
have Renard.
Yeah. So I was expecting somebody like that, but Eric Chell, like, there is this. I don't know. So many people are not seeing what this guy has done to this team. Like with the little time that he has played, he has gathered these boys. He has managed to create that team work. He has managed to make this team function, these players function as a team, regardless of whoever plays. Look today, we had so many changes, but we had like two, three changes, but the team was still playing compact, was still playing as a team. There was no much
That
of individual performance
he
that we used to
introduced
see
this.
before.
There is a structured
Cohesion,
football. There is a
yeah,
structured football now in Nigerian national team. We have a structure.
yes,
There is just a plan. They know that okay, if we
yeah.
have a plan A, we have plan B. Because against
Plan
Morocco,
B,
it was a
exactly.
plan B. We
Plan B, yes.
against Algeria the plan was different. Against Morocco the plan was different. So he has brought this
Different, yeah.
structured football, which is what we want as football fans. Let us know that
Yeah,
okay,
so
how we play. This is how
I
we play.
think this guy should just, this guy should just continue. I don't think the the NFF are going to make that mistake of sacking him or anything.
Eh,
Which
They
I
like
believe there's another AFCON next year.
they like they should
There's
sack him.
another AFCON next year, right? There's
Yeah,
another AFCON next year, right?
2027, yes, 2027. Yeah.
Because I heard that Morocco is hosting again, so I don't know how to, they said Morocco, South Africa, and is it Zambia or something like that? That was what I heard.
Let me check.
Morocco, South Africa, and Zimbabwe or something like that.
2027 Afcon host.
Because I even saw some people, shouting that why is Morocco hosting almost every tournament and all that. So I
Okay,
think I saw something like that.
let me read something out for you. Let me read. Confederation of African Football President Mosepe said he has had so many countries that want to host 2028. Okay, and as he insisted that the 2027 Cup of Nations will go ahead in Kenya, Tanzania, and Uganda as planned.
Okay. So, but I don't know. I've been hearing from media, social media, that it's Morocco that is hosting again. I don't know. Maybe it's the WAFCON, it's
And
the
this one is
women's
going to
AFCON.
be, they say this one is going to be in June to July 2027.
Yes, that's the next AFCON. That's the next AFCON. So it's going to be in the summer, right?
Mm.
In the summer after the season. Yeah, it is a perfect
Hey,
time. There will be no excuse.
I'm supposed to go for that
But
AFCON. I mean, I have to start
inshallah.
preparing.
So,
I have to start preparing to go for that AFCON.
so like we just said, I think the Eric Chen has laid a very good foundation for this Super Eagles team, and I feel like whoever comes, whether we are going to have, I know definitely we are going to have additional players in the squad. Some
Yeah.
players might go, some players will be added. But at least, but the good part of it is that we already now have a structure. Like you said, we have a plan A, plan B, and plan C. We have players who can fit into these plans, and then we have a very calm manager that doesn't panic. He doesn't, suck into. Should I say he doesn't react to pressure or something like that. So I think this is the best time for us.
Yeah.
We've been in the semifinals. I think like how many times they said? Is it 9 times or something? Abi, I don't know. The statistics was like we've been knocked out of the semifinal 9 times, and we have won nine bronze. I think that's the statistics or something like that. Anytime that we've knocked out of now, anytime that we are knocked out of the semifinals, we have always win the bronze medal. So I think that's like the statistics. So and then we've gone to the last year we're in the final. This year we're is a step back actually. But looking at what we've achieved with this team, I don't think it's a step back. I think it's a step forward. And it's so sad for us not to, participate in the World Cup. I would have wanted to see this team play in the World Cup, but all fingers are crossed. Nothing is ruled out yet. Nigeria, we're a country of miracles, so anything can happen. So and so I believe the next step for us is to see how we're going to do in the next Afcon.
Okay, so Hamisu, thank you very much for joining me. Let's see where we go from here.
Yeah, thank you
So
very much.
I'll see you next time.